Hello, 6th grade. In this last video in Unit 2, we're going to talk about the metric system and how we can convert among different metric measurements. Metric measurements are something you talk about a little bit in science, but I just want to be sure that we're okay with converting from one unit of metric measure to another, since it has to do a lot with just moving the decimal point, and this is our decimals unit. So here at the top of your page, you have a chart just reminding you of the three main units of metric measure and then the prefixes that go before those units. So we're going to move down below this chart and just remind ourselves of this as well. In the metric system, the basic unit of length is the meter. The basic unit of mass is the gram. And the basic unit of volume is the liter. And then, of course, for the meter, the gram, and the liter, we have different prefixes that denote smaller or larger sizes than the base unit of meter, liter, and gram. And those prefixes are kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, and milli. The deci, centi, and milli are the smaller sizes compared to the regular units, and the deca, hecto, and kilo are the larger sizes compared to the regular units. So for instance, a kilogram is 1,000 times larger than a regular gram, whereas a milliliter is 1,000 times smaller than a regular liter. So if we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit in the metric system, we must multiply by a power of 10, and when you multiply by a power of 10, that just involves moving the decimal point, and it involves moving the decimal point to the right. If we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, we divide by a power of 10, and dividing by a power of 10 just involves moving the decimal point to the left. So on the back side now, we're going to practice this by converting each of the following units. So for number 1, we're going from 4 liters to milliliters. So if we think about our chart and think about where liters and milliliters lie, again, liters is our base unit. Okay, so liters would be here in the middle of our chart. And milliliters is a smaller unit than liters. Milliliters would be over here on the far right of our chart. If we have 4 liters, then we have to think, how many milliliters will we have? Well, we have more milliliters because more milliliters are smaller than a liter. So there's going to need to be more of them in order to fill a liter. The prefix milli means that the milliliter is not 1/10, not 1/100th, but 1/1000th times the size of a liter. And so that means in order to get the correct number of milliliters that fill a liter, we need to multiply this number 4 by 1,000. So we're going to take our number 4. We're going to think about where the decimal point is. The decimal point would be here to the right of our 4, which means there are these invisible zeros here. And we're going to move that decimal point to the right, and we're going to move it by 3 spaces. Okay, moving a decimal point one place to the right would be like multiplying by 10. Moving it twice would be multiplying by 100. 3 times would be multiplying by 1,000. So this means that in 4 liters, there are 4,000 milliliters. Okay, number 2, we have 5 millimeters, and we're converting that to meters. Meters is our base unit for length, so it goes here in the middle. Millimeters are smaller than meters, and just like milliliters were 1/1000th of a liter, millimeters are 1/1000th of a meter. If we have 5 millimeters, and if we're going to a larger unit, the meter, then we need to take this number 5 and we need to divide. Okay, and we're dividing by 1,000. And so that means we're going to take the decimal point on our 5, which is here, and we're going to move that decimal point 3 places to the left. So if we do that, one place to the left would give us 0.5, another place would give us 0.05, a third place would give us 0.005. So there are 0.005 or 5/1000ths of a meter in 5 millimeters. Okay, number 3, 4,900 milliliters, and we're converting that to liters. So liters, again, as our base units. Milliliters are over here on the right. We're starting with 4,900 milliliters, and we're moving to the left. We're going larger, so we need to move our decimal point to the left. So think about where the decimal point is in 4,900. It's here to the right of this 0. So moving this decimal point to the left by 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, gives us the new decimal 4.9. So there are 4.9 liters in 4,900 milliliters. Number 4, 2 kilograms, and we're going to grams. So grams is our base unit for mass. Kilograms are larger than a gram, so they're here on the far left. So if we're going from kilograms to grams, we're going to the right, and so we need to move our decimal point to the right. Our number needs to get larger here. So here's my decimal point on 2. Kilo is the 1,000. Okay, a kilogram is 1,000 times larger than a gram, so we need to move our decimal point 3 places to the right. So here are all my zeros, and moving my decimal point to the right 3 places, 1, 2, 3, I get 2,000 grams. Number 5, 6.8 meters, we're converting that to centimeters. Meters is our base unit, and centimeters is smaller than a meter. It's smaller by 1/100th. Okay, a centimeter is 1/100th of a meter. So we need to move to the right with our decimal, and we need to move to the right 2 places since this is only 1/100th smaller. So we're going to take 6.8, move our decimal point 2 places to the right. One place would give us 68, a second place would give us 680. There are 680 centimeters in 6.8 meters. Number 6, this time we're going from millimeters to centimeters, 550 millimeters to centimeters. Okay, so think about where millimeters are. They're the end on the far right. They're the smallest unit. And we have 550 of those. Centimeters are directly to the left of millimeters. They're the next smallest unit. So we need to move our decimal point to the left, but we only need to do it by 1 decimal place. Okay, 1 decimal place. So take our decimal point. We're going to the left 1, and so that means that there are 55 centimeters in 550 millimeters. Number 7, 43.8 hectograms, and we're converting that to grams. Grams are, of course, in the middle, and hectograms are 100 times larger than a gram. So we're starting with our 43.8. We're moving our decimal to the right to get to grams. And because hecto is the 100 prefix, we need to go 2 decimal places to the right. So 1 decimal place would put us at 438. A second decimal place would put us at 4,380. There are 4,380 grams and 43.8 hectograms. Number 8, we have 86,200 centiliters, and we're going to kiloliters. So think about, here's where liters would be. Centiliters would be over here. Centiliters are 1/100th times of a liter. So here's my 86,200. And kiloliters are all the way over here. 1,000 times larger than a liter. So we're first of all going to go from centiliters to liters, and to do that we need to move our decimal point to the left 2 places. So if I move my decimal point 2 places to the left, I'm at 862 liters. But now I need to go from liters to kiloliters. So that means I need to move this decimal point another 3 places to the left. So here's 862 liters. If I go 3 more places to the left, 1, 2, 3, I get 0.862 kiloliters. 0.862 kiloliters. Number 9, we have 0.6. DAG is the prefix for decagram. Okay, there's a difference between decagram and decigram. Decagram is larger than a gram. So if grams are right here in the middle, decagrams are going to be a little bit larger than those. We have 0.6 decagrams and we're going to milligrams. So we need to move our decimal point to the right. We're going to start by moving it 1 place to the right to get to grams. So if we have 0.6 decagrams, then we have 6 grams. And then from there, we need to move our decimal 3 more places to the right. So if we move our decimal 3 more places to the right, 1 place would put us at 60, another at 600, and then a third decimal place, 6,000. There are 6,000 milligrams in 0.6 decagrams. Okay, the last problem is to go from 4,500,000 millimeters to kilometers. What I want you to do, 6th grade, is pause this video, try this one all on your own, and then we'll check the answer to this one in class tomorrow. Until we see you in class again, have a nice day. You're all wonderful people. Take care.